In thinking about organizing the project, who should be involved from the organization? It's easy to just think about the accountants, the controller, CAO, the financial reporting folks. Anyone else that we should be thinking about?
Definitely, Sheri. I know that companies may think because it's a standard change that it's really only involving the accountants and finance, but there really are more areas of the company that are going to be impacted. And just to name a few, Treasury is very interested, and we've actually heard from some Treasury, heads of companies asking about the standard. Their interest is in debt covenants. With the leases coming on the balance sheets now, their debt covenants could be impacted, and they want to start to look at that early. Procurement is another area that can be impacted. The company itself may actually change some of its strategies around equipment acquisition and the financing, particularly since now the leases will be on the balance sheet. So procurement is always kind of your front person there to ensure any changes in strategies, policies, procedures, and so forth in relation to the acquisition of property and equipment, as well as the financing of any of those acquisitions is, adhered to and everything. So procurement is definitely going to be involved. Legal, there may be, in relation to the changes in strategies, companies may be looking for particular terms and such within their contracts, and so legal may get involved more in the negotiation and in these contracts than maybe they have in the past.
And I would add, obviously, technology, but I think where the complexity comes in is we're dealing with not just systems and processes and changes to systems, but the movement of data and the aggregation of data and the consistency of data. And so that is a enterprise-wide issue, but I think it needs to be driven by the CIO, the CTO, and if it doesn't exist, a loose affiliation of data stewards. Once we get data, we're going to go back to the business and say, are these terms correct? Do you agree? If not, let's map it. So there's this integration of technology and business, which finds itself into many of the data questions that companies need to ask. So that's an important component, to have a CIO or a CTO at the table, and not just to discuss who's implementing what, but what data means to the organization.